Hi everyone, hope you are well and safe. Welcome to a new day of stock reviews. So the next company I will be reviewing is Enerkon Solar International Incorporated. That's ticker ENKS. But before doing so, the usual disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor. I'm only providing feedback based on what I see in the chart. In this video, I'll be reviewing the hourly and the daily charts. The hourly chart provides me with an overview of the anticipated price action over the next day. On the daily chart provides me with an overview of what could potentially happen over the next couple of days, which is tailored more towards swing traders. Now, a reminder that in case of any catalyst or news that is released by the company, then that catalyst or news should take precedence over any technical analysis or charting due to the fact that it will have direct impact on the price action. Okay, so ENKS actually closed at 0.584250, which is 7.7% higher than the previous trading day, and currently trading slightly above the 5-hour moving average line, which is 0.56265. Now, if we look at the stochastic RSI from the beginning of trading day, it was attempting to initiate a reversal, and you can clearly see that, and it actually did manage to initiate the reversal by going above the signal right there, and that's what allowed it to push upwards right here. However, it did dip below the signal once again, which is why we had this red candle, and then it managed to reinitiate it, the reversal once again, which is what made it push the green candle all the way to 60 cents. But as you can see right here, there was a side turn, and a side turn on an upward movement means that there would be a retracement. However, so it did retrace, but then it pushed all the way till 0.58425. Great close for ENKS. And why I'm saying it's a great close, because it's also above the 50-hour moving average line, which is 0.555687, which is very critical. And you can clearly see that the first push up happened right here, then consolidation, and now it's attempting to do the next leg up. Also the good news right here is that it did break the first falling trend line and then the second major falling trend line. So all it needs is more push, and this will go. Now, when we look at the MACD, still small size of histograms. The only good news right here is that we're having increasing size of dark green histograms, so that's very good. And as long as we continue to increase in size, and hopefully it will be much bigger like the ones right here, and that will allow the stochastic RSI to push deeper inside the overbought area and try to attempt to build that horizontal line deep inside at 100%, and this would allow the price to push upwards at the same time. However, if we do get or revert back to these small light green histograms, falling sizes in histogram, then we risk that this attempt to reverse downwards is continued, and potentially it could be bad news, especially if you're a bull, and fall below the signal and head bearishly, and that would mean a retracement of the price. Obviously, at this point in time, the 50-hour moving average line is going to try to keep it above the line as much as it can. Now, if we look at the daily chart, we'll notice that the price actually closed above the 5-day moving average line, which is 0.545550. You can clearly see that the candle is sitting above the major falling trend line, so that's great news. I would love it to break through right here. Obviously, it's going to face resistance because the falling trend line will try to pull it back, but let's keep a close eye and see what happens next. Now, the other good news, although it's very slightly bullish right here, is on the stochastic RSI. It just crossed over the signal. The blue line is at 33.18%, whereas the signal is at 31.32%, looking at the numbers right here. So an initiation has happened, but not a very strong, forceful initiation. However, that could change if the price actually drives a lot higher. Now, from a MACD perspective, as you can see, diminishing the size of light green histograms. From my last review, you'll notice that I said that's not great news. However, notice that the last two histograms are almost equal in size, which is a good indication for a potential reversal that is happening at the moment. So if we start getting larger size of histograms, larger than this one in particular, then it will be dark green. It will allow the stochastic RSI to push higher towards the overbought area and for the price to increase even further. However, if we for some reason the MACD gets weaker and we start getting smaller size of histograms, smaller than this one in particular, then we risk that stochastic might fall below the signal right here and become bearish, and we'll have a retracement in the price. Now, given what we know on the daily, we return back to the hourly, and the best case scenario for ENKS is to actually open at a higher price point than 0.58425. And if it manages to do so, and it will only do so actually, if, as I mentioned earlier, this pushes deeper inside the overbought area on the stochastic and we start getting larger size of dark green histograms, on the daily, if it would be best if it continues to initiate that reversal and push towards the overbought area on the stochastic. So if that all happens, and I believe, I strongly actually believe that there is a breakout that's going to happen right here. So I'll give it 60 to 70% chance. And that would, the next resistance, strong resistance, will be around 60 cents. Very strong resistance, followed by 0.615. And then 0.631, and then 0.646, and that will bring it closer to the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, followed by another strong resistance around 0.67, and then it would be 0.719, and then it will be the 50% Fibonacci extension level, which is 0.744188, followed by 0.77. I'll stop here because that's quite an increase, and I'd love to see it crack through this area, most importantly, and push upwards first before we continue any further. Now, if we start getting light green histograms and the MACD gets weaker and we see a U-turn right here on the stochastic and it heads below the signal and more bearishly, then it will retrace. And if that happens, the price will retrace as well. And we do have support around 0.57, followed by 0.565, and then we have 0.562, which will bring it closer to the 50-hour moving average line, which is 0.555687. Given the fact that the daily is initiating the reversal, I think this will hold right here. Could possibly drop below a little bit, but the most important thing is that it will manage to pull it back up as long as the daily continues to be bullish. So 0.538 could be tested, and even let's go in the worst case scenario, let's go 0.515. Whatever that happens right there could be tested. However, it will bounce back as long as the daily continues to be bullish. If the daily goes bearish, then anything is possible. But I strongly believe that there's going to be 60 to 70% chance that it will crack upwards. Also noted that ENKS actually released news that they selected a new auditor on Friday. So, and the share buyback is happening over the next couple of weeks as we enter into July. So there's a lot of momentum building for this one. So keep a very, very close eye on this, because this could bank you accordingly. So that's pretty much it for ENKS. Hope you found value watching this video review. Have a good day.